Hey there guys, welcome to another video. So in this video I thought I would do something kind of interesting, something I was curious about. So I wanted to see how Siri has changed, how her voice has changed, and how her responses may have changed throughout the iOS versions. So what I have here is I have a couple of 4S's, I have a 5, I have a 6, and I have an SE here. So I have a 4S running iOS 7 here, and I will go ahead and show you the settings on each to show you the version that I'm running here. So this one is running 7.0.4. The next one here is running iOS 8. This one is running 8.1. This other 4S here, this one is, so it's running iOS 9.3.6. This iPhone 5 is running 10.3.4. And there you go there. And this iPhone 6, it's running iOS 12.4. And this iPhone SE here is running iOS 13, 13.3. All right, so what I want to do is I want to ask each of the phones the same question, just to see how the responses change or how they vary and how she sounds throughout the different iOS versions. Now, unfortunately, I don't have iOS 11, but iOS 12 and iOS 11 hopefully were about the same. I can't quite recall. Anyway, so let's go ahead and ask some questions here. So these may be funny or normal questions, but the first one, I will go ahead and do iOS 7. What is your favorite animal?
I'm a fan of the ravenous bug-litter beast of Traal.
What's your favorite animal?
I wrote my master's thesis on the killer rabbit of Corbanog.
What's your favorite animal?
I don't really have one. On this planet,
What's your favorite animal?
maybe a giant sloor. Many shuvs and zuls knew what it was like to be roasted in the depths of the sloor, I can tell you.
What's your favorite animal?
Domokun. Domokun. Domokun.
What's your favorite animal?
I'm a fan of the ravenous bug-litter beast of Traal.
Now, as you could see there, the iOS 13 gave the same response as the iOS 7, so I don't think the responses are going to be really different based on the age, because it's running off the same server. So, but you could definitely see, you could definitely hear the difference between these different versions, and iOS 7 sounds so robotic, and it seems that iOS 9, there's an improvement. iOS 10 seems to be a really big improvement, and then I think iOS 13 definitely made a big difference with how she speaks. She speaks much more normal and fluid in iOS 13. All right, so let's go ahead and do another one. When will the world end?
Right after you hear the words "fire it up."
When will the world end?
Whenever they start building that intergalactic bypass.
When will the world end?
Right after you hear the words "fire it up."
When will the world end?
I don't know, but I wouldn't worry about it. There are other perfectly good universes.
When will the world end?
As long as you keep me charged, we should be just fine.
When will the world end?
I have no idea, but I hear it will be with a whimper, not a bang.
Okay, so there you go. Another example. All right, let's try one more here. Tell me a joke.
Why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella? Faux drizzle.
Tell me a joke.
Why did McClock get kicked out of the library? It talked too much.
Tell me a joke.
If your band ever goes out on tour, make sure you bring along a Latvian sound engineer. And a check 1, 2. And a check 1, 2.
Tell me a joke.
Which one of King Arthur's knights built the round table? Circumference.
Tell me a joke.
I saw a terrible Pearl Jam tribute band the other night. They couldn't have been any better.
Tell me a joke.
Here comes a groaner. What do chickens play in the pool? Marco Polo.
Okay, so those are all different jokes. Now I'm sure you want to hear the same thing across all of them because we're getting different responses for these questions. So let's go ahead and just ask what the weather is we'll ask the weather in New York. How about that? All right. What's the weather like tomorrow in New York?
I found this on the web.
Well, that's not very helpful. What is the weather like in New York?
Here's some information.
Okay, that's not very helpful. What's the weather right now in New York?
Okay, here's how the weather's looking for New York, New York.
What's the weather like right now in New York?
I found this on the web.
What's the weather right now in New York?
I found this on the web.
Wow, iOS 7 Siri is not very helpful. Weather, New York.
Here's what I found.
Okay, so she's not very helpful. Wow. All right. What's the weather like right now in New York?
Okay, here's how the weather's looking for New York, New York.
What's the weather right now in New York?
Here's the current weather for New York, New York.
What's the weather right now in New York?
Here's the current weather for New York, New York.
What's the weather right now in New York?
Okay, here's how the weather's looking for New York, New York.
Okay, so besides iOS 7 Siri being awful, they all gave the same response, and you got to kind of hear the difference in how the voices have progressed. So I'm pretty impressed by how how much better it has gotten, honestly. Okay, so now we've gotten a couple of responses. Let's go ahead and do one more funny one, just for good measure, and just because. Rap for me.
Okay, here goes. I wrote this one myself. Apologies in advance to the Sugar Hill Gang. I said a hip hop, save me from the clippy, the peak and pop and you don't stop, space rocket, to the pom pom the doogie, say up jump the doozy, to the rhythm of the ontology.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty bad. Rap for me.
Okay, here goes. On myself, apologies in advance to the Sugar Hill Gang. I said a hip hop, save me from the clippy, the peak and pop and you don't stop, space rocket, to the pong pong the doogie, say up jump the doozy, to the rhythm of the ontology.
Okay, a little bit better. Rap for me.
Okay, here goes. Myself, apologies in advance to the Sugar Hill Gang. I said a hip hop, save me from the clippy, the peak and pop and you don't stop, space rocket, to the pong pong the doogie, say up jump the doozy, to the rhythm of the ontology.
Rap for me.
Okay, here goes. I wrote this one myself. Apologies in advance to the Sugar Hill Gang. I said a hip hop, save me from the clippy, the peak and pop and you don't stop, space rocket, to the pong pong the doogie, say up jump the doozy, to the rhythm of the ontology.
Rap for me.
Okay, here goes. I wrote this one myself. Apologies in advance to the Sugar Hill Gang. I said a hip hop, save me from the clippy, the peak and pop and you don't stop, space rocket, to the pong pong the doogie, say up jump the doozy, to the rhythm of the ontology.
Rap for me.
Okay, here goes. I wrote this one myself. Apologies in advance to the Sugar Hill Gang. I said a hip hop, save me from the clippy, the peak and pop, and you don't stop, Space rocket. To the pong pong the dookie. Say up jump the doozy to the rhythm of the ontology.
Okay, so there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed doing this, and it's really, really cool to see how she's progressed and how the voice has changed and gotten so much better and more human-like. So I can only imagine it's gonna get better from here. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Please like if you like the video, and please subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye.